Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Pastrami Nation podcast, a very special episode of the Pastrami Nation podcast. We haven't been at this for a while. It's good to see you all. Good to be back and doing this again. Thank you for joining us for our very special D23 edition of the Pastrami Nation podcast. I'm Kevin. Joining me today, Mr. Jason Smith. How you doing today, sir?
Good. How you guys doing?
Oh, doing fantastic. And of course, we have a contributor to Pastrami Nation himself, Mr. Daniel Schwartz. What's going on, man?
Oh, nothing. Just great. Happy to be here with you guys.
Yeah.
Happy to have you.
Excited to have you. Excited to see you guys. Like I said, we actually haven't done this in what? It's been about a month or so, right? Since
we months, maybe.
Yeah. So it's kind of nice to be back.
Just a stranger.
Right. Except you're a stranger. Exactly. So what better time to come back and talk about some D23 action? You know, we had San Diego Comic-Con just passed as well. There's some major news that popped out of there that I like to just really before we move on to D23, which is kind of straight. I kind of honestly wish they saved it for D23 to be one.
They could have too. They could have.
Absolutely could have. Imagine that at D23. Listen, Comic-Con's really cool too. I can only imagine. I've never been to San Diego Comic-Con, so I couldn't say. But I could imagine the vibe at D23 is a little bit different. You have a little bit different audience and stuff like that. Before we get into it, thank you all for joining us. Make sure to like, subscribe wherever you're watching this, share with a friend, let them know about us. And we'll be back to our regular scheduled programming at the beginning of September. So keep out for those. We got a couple Comic-Cons coming up in September. We got some really, really cool things lined up for everyone. So very, very, very excited to come back and do this regularly again at the beginning of September. So first, let's talk about Comic-Con. Like I said, we had some I think, major announcement.
Just a little announcement.
Yeah, regarding a particular Marvel actor. And just by the way, we're also going to be talking about Deadpool and Wolverine. We're going to be talking about that towards the back end. So we're going to get into spoilers. So if you all haven't seen it yet, please, we'll let you know when we're going to start talking about it, when we're going to get into spoilers. So stick around for that if you want to hear our thoughts on Deadpool and Wolverine. But at Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, we finally got an announcement of who is going to be playing Doctor Doom in the MCU. And I think I can speak for everybody here that this came as probably one of the biggest surprise castings ever, right? Like, I mean, completely out of left field. I think people might have, there's rumors and stuff, but it just didn't seem to make sense. But those rumors are true. So not only do we have the Russo brothers coming back to direct the next two Avengers movies, we also have Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom in the MCU.
Yes.
What did you guys think about this when you guys heard about it? I know it's old news by now, but like, what were your guys' reactions to it? Were you there, Jay? I know you were at Comic-Con.
I was at Comic-Con. I would have loved to have been in that Hall H, but that you would have had to stand in line like day before to get in that. But
I does that
pop from, because they had all those Doctor Dooms on stage, and then once that one that was kind of dressed a little different took his that pop that room gave was like, damn. Like the Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man or Doctor Doom. And of course, there's a lot of, how could he be that if he's Iron Man? It's like, wake up. It's something completely different.
It's a multiverse. I mean, anything can happen. So it's interesting because it's like, it makes you wonder, are they going to follow? Like, I was excited because I'm like, are they going to follow the story where he takes over Tony Stark's body? Or are they going to follow one where it's just an alternate version where he's raised in Latveria by the Von Doom family? Who knows? There's just there's a zillion options they can do. So they pretty much have carte blanche to do what they want with it. So I think that was just a great teaser to get everyone excited after not really having that much of a known villain after what happened with Kang and everything. So like to get everybody back excited. And he's not going to be the villain of the Fantastic Four movie because it's going to be planet-eating guy, and I lost his name for a second. Galactus, there you go. So Galactus. So I'm glad the Fantastic Four gets a break from him because he was the bad guy in all three of their last movies So
kind of gets run out. Huh.
There's
yeah,
at least
so
going to be a tease, though, right? Like, I cannot
right.
see a Fantastic Four movie where they're not going to at least tease. Like,
Yeah,
it's going to
You
be
have
like
to,
a
yeah.
Thanos thing, right? Like, you're going to have to build them up until it comes to what's the next Avengers movie going to be titled? It's the
Doomsday.
Doomsday. Yeah, like you got to lead up to it somehow, and that I think Fantastic Four is going to be the first place to kind of start planting those seeds.
Yeah.
Whether or not Robert Downey Jr. actually shows up as Doctor Doom in that, but you could see the mask, or you could see, there's going to be an end credit scene for sure, right? Like something to do with Doom.
Robert Downey with an accent.
Yeah, and so I'm honestly kind of hoping that they just ignore the whole him just quote unquote being Iron Man and just it's his Doctor Doom, right? Like there's
that's what I'm hoping.
No connection, no like, the Avengers aren't going to be sitting around being like, hey, I know that guy. That guy looks familiar.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
Yeah, like I hope they just go that route. I know there is that clamor, that chatter like you're talking about, Jason, about how people are like, oh, how's this going to work? He's Iron Man, stuff like that. I do think it's going to be hard for a lot of people to kind of disassociate the two characters because obviously his Iron Man was iconic. His Tony Stark is like one of the most iconic film characters in the past, 10 years, 20 years, right? Like everyone knows Tony Stark and Iron Man now because of Robert Downey Jr. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do handle that. But again, I just hope they just kind of go for it. Just be like, this is Doom. No explanation. Let's just do it. Yeah.
I was a little worried too. It might be a red herring where he might.
That's
be a
what I
Doom
was thinking
variant.
too.
There could be a chance, he's a small role as a Doom variant, and then the main Doom is actually going to be the one behind Doomsday.
That would be interesting, actually. I kind of like that idea. That would actually be pretty cool. I think it would work too. It would work really, really well. What do you guys think about the Russos coming back to direct these two Avengers movies? Because I'm excited about it. Of course, they gave us, some of the best MCU movies we've gotten, right? I think The Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, right? Like, I mean, specifically those two Avengers movies. Again, I got to admit, like I was a little bit caught off guard with that announcement. I do kind of feel like it's kind of digging into the well a little bit because they're not really confident enough in their new team to do anything. But I think it's going to be a good thing. I think it's going to be positive. So yeah, what do you guys think about that?
I'm pretty hyped for it. Like they haven't let me down yet. So
no, that's good. No, that's understandable, and they haven't.
And I think they're trying to win because they've been a lot of hit and miss. So I think they're trying to win back. Like, hey, this worked. We got they did Endgame, they did Infinity War. People love those movies. They're kind of iffy about the Marvel universe right now. Let's give them something they know, something they can feel comfortable with going to the theater and not worrying about if it's going to be good or bad.
Right. No, exactly. So we'll see how it goes. We still have years to find out. They're still going to build, Doom as the villain and stuff. So we'll see how it all plays out in the end. Very, very
2030.
What's that?
By 2030, we'll see him on screen.
We'll see how it goes.
By time Wolverine's 90.
Right. Exactly. So this past weekend, we got our D23 Expo. It's no longer called the D23 Expo. It is now called the D23, the Ultimate Disney Fan Event, which takes place in Anaheim every 2 years, sorry.
So it won't be there next year, huh?
What's that?
It won't be in Anaheim this following year, right?
It won't be the next year, but the year after. They're coming back. This one took place at the Honda Center. It was a really, really big event. You have celebrities galore. It's kind of like Comic-Con, but for all like Disney. It's a Disney fans dream come true, right?
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been to one?
No, I have not.
Dude,
I know
yeah, like if you're a Disney, just the stuff that I liked walking into the auction room and there was like one of the gondolas from the cable car ride. You could like if you happen to have like $8,000 on hand, you could have put a bid on that, or like one of the zebras from the Jungle Cruise.
Yeah,
just seeing that stuff.
I'd love to check it out. I think our next goal, me and my wife were talking, our next goal is to make it down there for D23 the next time it's there. So that would be really, really cool event. And it looks,
I'm going to try too.
Yeah, like everyone's super hyped there. Like it seems like a really, really fun and cool event. And they hold these really, really big presentations. This past weekend, they kind of separated it into three separate parts, three separate days. So you have the first day was kind of more focused on the movies and the TV shows and stuff like that. The second day was like Marvel, Star Wars, things like that. And then the third day was generally their Horizon presentation, or I think that was the second day. Sorry. Second day was also the Horizons presentation, which was all about the theme park. So we got a bunch of massive, really big theme park news.
Yeah.
Really, really excited to dig into. But first, let's just get into some of the announcements, some of the bigger stuff that was announced during their movies and TV panel. Obviously, we all knew this was coming, but we got an actual trailer for Moana 2. Comes out November 27th. I think when it was initially revealed a couple months, few months ago, like this was supposed to be a TV project, right? Supposed to be a TV show. Disney decided to, kind of do it as a movie. I remember when they made the announcement, the cast was like thrown off guard because even like, Dwayne Johnson and everyone was like, well, we had no idea. Like now I got to come back and do the voice for this movie. We did not know we were doing that. But we got an actual trailer for it. It looks great. It looks like a lot of fun. If you're a Moana fan, you're probably going to like it. I like Moana. I'm pretty excited for it. We're going to go check it out November 27th when that comes out. We also got official announcement of Zootopia 2, which comes out November 2025. Frozen 3, we all knew was coming. It was just a matter of when. We're getting that in 2027. We got an official title of James Cameron's new Avatar movie. This one's going to be called Fire and Ash, which comes out December 19th, 2025. Kind of goes with the theme. You got Avatar, you got Way of Water, now you got Fire and Ash. So for those of you Avatar fans out there, which count me out, have fun with that. I'm gonna go see it. I have faith in Cameron, but
I just hope it's not as lengthy as the second one.
Way of Water. I've never fallen asleep during a movie before.
It was a little on the long side,
It was a lot on the little.
It re-sparked my hatred for human characters. That's for sure.
100%. So we got some Pixar Studio animation studio announcements. So we got Win or Lose, which is a new TV show that's going to be coming to Disney Plus. That comes out December 2nd, 2024. We got a sneak peek and a teaser for that. Dream Productions, very, very excited for this one. This is based on the idea of Riley. It's all based in Riley's head from Inside Out. And it's focused on the dream studio in her head. So it's kind of like an office style sitcom, but based in Riley's head, where they're doing the dream productions and everything that. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really, really excited for that. Did you guys see Inside Out 2?
I haven't yet.
I haven't.
You have?
No.
No, my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. Anxiety is one of my favorite characters of all time. She's freaking amazing.
I need to see that.
It's incredible. It's fantastic. Yeah, highly recommend it. We got an official release date for Elio, which is their new animated film coming out June 13th, 2025. This one, the film follows Elio, a space fanatic with an active imagination who gets beamed up by the Communiverse, an interplanetary organization that mistakes him for Earth's leader. Releases in theaters June 13th, 2025. That sounds like a lot of fun. We also got some news about a new one called Hoppers, which comes out 2026. This one introduces Mabel, an animal lover who sees it as an opportunity to use new technology to hop her consciousness into a lifelike robotic animal, an adorable beaver. Sounds insane, sounds crazy, but it's Pixar. I have faith in them. And of course, we have a very, very short teaser for Toy Story 5. Yes. This one is going to focus on the toys kind of battling with Bonnie now using electronics, iPads, things like that. So they're basically going to war with, kids, electronics, video games, things like that. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. That one comes out June 19th, 2026. Pretty excited for that one. We also got news of Incredibles 3. Finally, we're getting an Incredibles 3. I love the first two Incredibles. I think, Incredibles 1 and Incredibles 2 are perfect films. They're amazing, and Incredibles 3 is going to hopefully keep that tradition going. Brad Bird's coming back to direct, so I have a lot of faith in this project. I think it's going to be really, really fun. So yeah, so let's hop over to some Lucasfilm announcements. We got an actual trailer for Skeleton Crew, the TV show that's going to be coming to Disney Plus December 3rd, 2024. This one, I don't know if you guys watched the trailer for it. It's very Goonies. It's very Goonies meets Star Wars.
Oh,
like,
cool.
It's a lot of fun. Jude Law is in it, and it's got a bunch of really, really great, talented kid actors. I'm pretty excited for it. I think it looks pretty exciting. Daniel, did you say you did see the trailer or you didn't?
I haven't seen the trailer, but I've read a lot about it, and people are pretty much feeling excited. Like, hey, this might be what gets Star Wars back on track. So I'm pretty excited. Anything with Jude Law too, he's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's amazing, man. He's fantastic. One of the best we have. So we also got an announcement of season 2 of Andor is on the way. It's on the horizon. That comes out 2025. So we don't really have an exact date for that, but we will see how that goes. So this next one, listen, guys, I love The Mandalorian. I think The Mandalorian's fantastic. I think it's an amazing show. But do I think we need a Mandalorian and Grogu movie? No, absolutely not. But it's going to come out May 22nd, 2026. And guess who's going to be there opening weekend? This guy. So we got a release date for that. It's directed by Jon Favreau, which is going to be pretty cool. So I mean, I don't know, it could be fun. I like Favreau. I think Favreau knows what he's doing. Lion King not permitting. We don't talk about the live action Lion King, but completely pointless remake. But hey, you know what? Whatever. That comes out May 22nd, 2026. So let's talk about Marvel a little bit. So we have we got some, you don't really get much. We got some news clips and scenes that were only shown at D23 of Captain America Brave New World. We did get the first trailer about a month or so ago, right? I think it looks cool. I don't know. What do you guys think about it?
I liked it. I'm excited for the Red Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's... I'm cautiously optimistic. I heard they did a bunch of reshoots and everything, and anything besides Giancarlo Esposito also as a villain, I'm signing up. So
he's like the ultimate villain right now.
Yeah,
you cannot go wrong with that guy.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. We got a little bit more information about Daredevil Born Again. We know that's coming out March 2025. They have promised that, Vincent D'Onofrio was talking about how this show actually pushes it darker and deeper and more violent than the Netflix shows did.
Yes.
So I'm very, very curious how it's going to be. I'm very, very excited for that. I think it's going to be, I don't want to say a lot of fun because it's dark. Yeah.
That is a lot of fun.
What's his the Punisher's back. We got all the stars from the original from the Netflix series are coming back. John Bernthal is coming back reprising his role as Punisher, which I think was kind of the big reveal of the show. I don't think everyone was sure if he was coming back or not, but it has been confirmed that he is indeed going to be coming back. So
good old Shane from The Walking Dead.
Yep. He's always Shane from The Walking Dead in everything I see him.
Yep.
Also in The Bear. Also fantastic in The Bear. Like he has one of the greatest arcs in The Bear ever.
Yes. Great actor.
Amazing actor.
I didn't know that until I watched it again. Was it the second night at the museum that he was Al Capone? He was like in black and white.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
That was him. That's crazy. So we also got Fantastic Four First Steps. That one's coming out July 25th, 2025. I don't know if I care much about the title, but we'll see what it kind of really refers to.
Yeah. Creativity just kind of went out the window there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens there. We also have the TV series of Ironheart, which is going to be coming out 2025 as well. Ryan Coogler is in charge of that production too, which going to focus on Riri Williams that we saw in Wakanda Forever. So I'm really, really excited to see her again. And, they're probably going to straighten up the suit a little bit more, make it a little bit more mainstream, a little bit more modern. So pretty excited about. We also got a bunch of news about the Marvel animated stuff. We got obviously we're getting a second season of X-Men 97, which is going to be amazing. They showed off some of the new, they showed some clips at the show that we haven't gotten yet, but apparently they have some more of the Grant Morrison suits that they're going to be wearing from the comics and stuff, which could be really cool. We have Moon Knight joining. Moon Knight's going to have a story in the second season of What If, which I think is going to be cool. We have Eyes of Wakanda animated show. We have Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man animated show, which is going to be a lot of fun. Let's see, what else do we have here?
Marvel Zombies, right?
Zombies, yes.
Yes.
Zombies.
I hope that's like as dark as X-Men 97.
It's going
it has to be.
Yeah, why wouldn't it be? Absolutely. It's going
or
to be
darker.
Amazing. So we got a news on the second season of Percy Jackson and the Olympians, which was a pretty big hit on Disney Plus. My whole family watched it. They loved it. My wife read the books. She loves the stories and everything. So they're coming out second season of that. That comes out 2025. I believe they got a trailer. Oh no, there's a trailer. There's a teaser online now. Oh God. So my kids, two kids, my daughter, she's obsessed with the Descendants franchise and Zombies franchise for the Disney thing. So now they're going to be doing a joint tour. They'll be hitting the road together and they're going to be recording it and putting it on Disney Plus.
Right.
Hey, listen, kids love this stuff, and I think it's going to make a lot of money, a ton of money. People are going to be very, very, very excited.
Is it like a traveling tour, kind of like where it might come to your city or something?
Like Disney on Ice?
That's badass. I remember going to Disney on Ice.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to the Ninja Turtle one, but it never happened.
Yeah. Exactly. Let's talk about some of the live action announcements. This one was actually pretty exciting. I thought he looked fantastic. The live action Lilo and Stitch is coming out 2025. I think, I don't know if you guys saw that quick teaser where he bursts out of the screen. Yeah. He looked amazing. I thought he looked, I thought that his animation was fantastic. I thought he looked amazing. So pretty excited for that. I don't know why it needs to be remade. Yeah.
In the world of remakes, why not, right?
World of remakes, why not? So we also have Tron Ares, which I'm very, very, very excited for. Comes out October 10th, 2025. And we'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later because I have something I want to talk about regarding that. So we also have Freakier Friday, which is going to be coming out. This is reuniting Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan in a sequel to Freaky Friday, the remake of Freaky Friday, of course. But yeah, this movie's been long in the making. Fans have been wanting it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean,
how long ago was that first one? Like what, over 20 years ago, right?
It's got to be.
I think I'm curious which direction they're going to go because like Jamie Lee Curtis is like what you consider old, and Lindsay Lohan would be considered like slightly middle-aged. So it's like swapping. I don't know how my back hurts, but hey, we'll give it a shot. We'll see. With the right writers, it could be hilarious.
Yeah, no, I think it could be a lot of fun. So I want you guys to talk about this because I'm not a big fan of this gentleman, even though I enjoy his work. Dwayne Johnson revealed his plans for a Monster Jam movie at Disney Plus, which is focusing on monster trucks. You take it away, guys. I have no idea. I don't have anything to say about that at all.
I don't know which direction they're going to go with that. Like, Monster Jam, is it going to be like, are they going to be like Cars type characters?
Yeah, like anamorphic trucks.
No, it's going to be live action.
Live action, huh?
Yeah.
It could be good with like, I don't know, actual monsters driving the trucks, but I don't know. Monster trucks to me is like right up there with NASCAR. Like, watching cars go around in a circle or watching big trucks smash things,
Yeah, no, exactly.
I don't know. Until I see more about it, doesn't like you just say Monster Jam like that, and it's involving monster trucks. I'm just like, I
just see Dwayne Johnson smiling, carrying a big bag of money, and saying, "Sure."
Saying, "Thank you."
I mean, why not if you can, right? So we also have a Star Wars special, Rebuild the Galaxy, on Disney Plus coming September 13th, which looks like a lot of fun. It kind of it's kind of Star Wars just being goofy and making fun of itself. We actually finally get Sith Jar Jar Binks, which is going to be fantastic. I think a lot of people are excited about that. We're also getting The Simpsons season 35, October 2nd, going to Disney Plus as well.
Finally.
Yeah, finally.
Check it out. I've been in Simpsons mode, guys.
Yes.
All
right, guys. Yeah, no, I know. Oh, there you go. There you go.
I like those dolls that came out at Burger King. I saw those at Target. I'm like, yes, they're making a comeback. You know how they sold them like back as a promo or something in the 90s? Like there was a plush doll with like a solid rubber head. I always wanted the Homer Simpson one, and then boom, there it was at Target.
Nice.
My dream came true.
Understand that. All right, so let's talk about the Horizons presentation they did, the Horizons panel at D23. This is the big one. This is the one that a lot of people are really, really excited about. There's a lot going on here. So how I'm going to split it up is we're going to be talking about the different parks and what's going to be happening at each park, and what we're getting at each park soon. So a lot of these, they do have dates. You guys can Google a lot of the dates and stuff, see when they're going to be built and come out and stuff like that. Bulk of them don't have any kind of, they don't even have a guaranteed start date or break date or anything like that. They have no date when they're breaking ground or anything. They don't know. These are just things that they're going to be doing at the parks. Some of it's very, very exciting. And I hoping we get a lot of this stuff by at least 2030, right? Like we were talking
about. That's reasonable.
It's reasonable.
I should still be alive by then.
It shouldn't be out of the question.
So we got Beyond Big Thunder Mountain, which is what they're calling it, at Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World. There's going to be a few new attractions going on over there. So first and foremost, I'm saving the best for last when it comes to this one. First and foremost, they're getting a Cars Land over there. They are getting it's not going to be a replica of what's going on here at Disneyland California Adventure. It's going to be its own thing. We got some concept art for some rides and stuff like that they're going to be doing. It looks like there's some off-road stuff going on and like an off-road race, and it looks like it could be fun. I think a lot of people are very upset because the plans did show they are going to be basically closing the Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer's Island at Magic Kingdom to build this new land, which I think is complete and utter bullshit. But
yeah, that's a classic. I mean,
I did not agree with that move.
Yeah, I don't agree with it either.
Happen here.
No, I don't think it will. I think people would literally riot if that happened at Disneyland, to be 100% honest. Because it's the original park, right? Walt's Disney.
Got a lot of memories on that. Was it the big steamboat?
Yeah. So yeah, it's a multi-acre land, or it's going to be pretty big. There's going to be a couple major attractions. We don't really have all the details on everything there, but we do know there's going to be like a ride. It's not going to be like Radiator Springs. Like I said, it looks more off-road, looks more, a little bit more wild and crazy. So we'll see how that goes. Also at Walt Disney World, Magic Kingdom, they are finally building a Villains Land behind Big Thunder Mountain at Walt Disney World. This is something that has been rumored for decades. I'm going to say since like the 90s, right? Like I think it was at one point in consideration for Walt Disney World when they were talking about revamping it back in the mid 90s. Never went forward. I think people, Disney's excuse at the time was a lot of, kids will be scared, blah, blah, blah. I do think that Universal's announcement of their Dark Universe land over at Epic Universe at Universal Studios Florida kind of pushing Disney into the right direction, because Disney needed something big to compete with what Universal is doing over there. And I think this is going to be it. This is going to be exactly what fans want. I think this is going to bring excitement back to the parks again. I think people are going to be very, very excited about this. What are your guys' thoughts on the Villains Land or the Cars Land coming to Walt Disney World?
I'm just mad that the Villains Land's happening over there and not in Southern California, right?
Yeah, we gotta have the different parks, different exclusive different parks, right? Like I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, just gives me a reason to go to Florida.
Exactly.
That's badass. I think, to just like big mascot villain characters walking around, like who wouldn't want to go take a picture with Scar?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Disney has amazing villains like all through the history. So I mean, you have no shortage of people to stroll the park, or like I said, to put theme rides after, or just do shows on. I mean, it's ridiculous. They have a like, was it Syndrome? You could do something with Syndrome. You could do all kinds of really cool stuff. So I'm excited about that. Not as excited about them wiping out the Tom Sawyer Island
Yeah, I'm kind of
area,
infuriated about that, but
but it's not like it's super exciting. It's not like a thrill ride or anything. I think it's just more of like a memory thing for everybody.
Yeah.
a
But
strong enough
we'll
memory to stay there, you know?
right. They still got to make money. And what's interesting too is I've been to Disney World a long time ago,
Yeah.
and it was very similar to Disneyland, like the layout, at least
Magic
in the
Kingdom.
90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it'd be good to kind of get some more differentiation there, because you don't want to like copy paste here, put here.
No.
You want a reason to go to both.
Exactly. 100%. Anthony Blanco, what's up, man? I agree with you. Disney knocked it out of the park with this whole presentation.
Yeah.
So, and I also agree with you, Daniel. We went 2 years ago to Walt Disney World. I also went like back in the mid 90s for a school thing that we went over there. But yeah, there is a lot of similarities to Magic Kingdom and Disneyland, but also a lot of different things. But I like the differentiating of the two parks, because it's like, why am I need a reason to actually fly over there, right? And things like this are going to give me that reason. So Animal Kingdom is also getting a makeover over there at Walt Disney World. So Animal Kingdom, they have Dino Land USA, which we went. It's all right. Like, it's not very dinosaur, right? It's like all carnival rides.
It's dated.
It's very dated. Dinosaur, they have an attraction called Dinosaur over there, which is very much like India. It's essentially Indiana Jones, but with dinosaurs and it's time travel thing. It's fun, very dated, very old. But they are finally replacing that whole Dino Land USA with a Colombian type themed land, which is going to focus on mythical creatures and things like that. We're getting 2 attractions there. We're getting a brand new Indiana Jones attraction is going to be replacing Dinosaur, which is going to be exciting. We don't know a lot about it, but it is going to be a unique and different to that park. It's not going to follow any theme or any story of any of the other Indiana Jones rides. It's going to have the same ride system as Disneyland California, or Disneyland. Kind of Dinosaur. They're not really going to retrack it. I don't think that would just be too much. I think they're just going to retheme all of it, turn it into a really, really cool immersive Indiana Jones experience. This one's supposed to have Indy on the hunt for a mythical creature in the jungles of Colombia. So I'm very, very, very excited. It fits with the Animal Kingdom theme, which is really cool. We're also getting an Encanto attraction, which I'm pretty excited for. I think that's going to be very, very cool. Fits the theme. They're going to have all these animals and things like that. It's going to be really, really cool. This one's going to focus when Antonio receives his gift of talking to animals and his room is transformed into a rainforest. So I think it's going to be really, really fun. I'm very, very excited for that attraction. I think it's gonna be cool. I was hoping for Tron anything. We did get some news for Tron Ares. No actual rides or anything like that at Disneyland or anything like that. But I want to save the Tron Ares stuff for in a little bit, because it's kind of part of my my list of things that I'm very excited about. So Hollywood Studios is going to be getting the very first ever in the world Monsters Inc. land. It's going to have a Mike and Sully roller coaster, a Door Vaults, which is a Door Vault roller coaster, which is going to be the first suspended coaster ever at a Disney park. So that's going to be interesting. My only concern with this is they're going to probably take down the Muppets area, the small, tiny Muppets area that they have with Muppet Vision 3D, which is one of the greatest 3D shows of all time. They're taking it away from us. I'm pretty bummed about that, but hey, a whole Monsters Inc. world, I'll take it. A roller coaster where you're suspended and you're going through the door scene from Monsters Inc. could be amazing, could be really cool. I'm really excited for that. You guys excited for that as well?
Oh yeah, not as excited as for some of the other stuff I heard though.
No, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. So let's talk about Disneyland Resort.
Yes.
We got a lot of stuff. We got some stuff coming to Avengers Campus. We got 2 attractions coming to Avengers Campus soon. We have the Avengers Infinity Defense, which we kind of knew about before. So there doesn't seem to be any movement or anything on it. But finally, we kind of got a little bit better look at what the ride is going to be. Obviously, it's the storyline is you got to help the Avengers defeat King Thanos. It's a multiverse story. Could be really cool. Probably going to be screen-based attraction, right? It's going to have a lot of screens. It's going to be a lot probably like Star Tours or something like that, but except it's going to be a little bit more immersive, or maybe even more like, I'd probably say more like the Simpsons or something at Universal Studios, right? How it has the big doming screen and things like that. The ride vehicles were shown off at D23. You can check those out. Those were actually really, really cool looking. And we also got the Tony Stark Flight Lab, which is using the arm system that was used on Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. If any of you all are familiar with that, it's kind of like got this arm and it kind of moves you around and stuff like in the ride experience. I think that's going to be really, really cool. I'm very interested in what that's going to be. I don't know how exciting it's going to be, but it sounds like it could be cool. Experimenting with some of Tony Stark stuff. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. We also got a new Avatar themed land. It's coming to California Adventure, which according to Imagineer Ali Rubenstein will be based on the 2nd and 3rd Avatar films, unlike Pandora, the World of Avatar in Orlando. So this is going to be a totally new land. No idea where it's going to go in California Adventure. Hard to say, not a lot of room. I mean, obviously they're working on the Disneyland Forward stuff and everything like that, but that's still far off in the making. This is all supposed to be staying in California Adventure. So I don't know how that's going to be, but we shall see.
Yeah. Where do they cram that at?
I mean, yeah, and this other one too that I'm going to talk about right now is that we're getting a Coco ride. Like that's freaking.
That's the one. Like it's a boat ride too, right?
Going to be a boat ride. I think that's going to be very cool. I don't know where they're going to, again, I don't know where these are going, right? It doesn't seem like they're going to be taking anything out to put these in. So I know Disney has their ways, right? Like they have areas they can use that aren't in use right now.
Coco, I think we might get somewhat of it's a small world type experience with like the cool animal. I'm hoping we do,
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to check it out. That one I'm very, very excited for. I think Coco takes the cake for me. And
me too. I was like, and they said it was a boat ride. I'm like, I just thought like a better Small World. Not that like Small World's pretty cool itself,
Yeah,
but,
no, absolutely.
With all the bright colors in Coco, like, dude.
Yeah, so we have an opening date for Tiana's Bayou Adventure at Disneyland, November 15th. It's going to be opening to the public. So that'd be fun. I've been really excited to check it out. I've checked out ride-through videos and stuff. Listen, I'm going to save all judgment till I actually get on it. I have my opinions of what I've seen so far, but you can't really judge it till you get on it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hold back until I actually get on it to check it out. So let's talk about Disneyland Paris Resort. They're going to be opening a World of Frozen area, which is Arendelle, which is a lot like they did in Disneyland in Shanghai. Was it? No,
Shanghai.
Fantasy.
It was Shanghai.
Over in that's Disney Sea, Tokyo Disney.
Yes.
Frozen area, clothing an all-new version of the popular Frozen Ever After attraction will open in 2026. They're also going to be getting their very first interactive or immersive attraction and area themed to the Lion King, which will also be brought to life in Disney Adventure World. The concept art from this ride looks a lot like Splash Mountain, like a Lion King Splash Mountain, which could be really, really cool. A whole land themed to the Lion King, which is exactly what we needed. I only have one small concern. It looked like from the concept art, they used the characters and stuff from the live action version. So I'm not sure. I don't know what they're doing there. I hope not.
The elephant graveyard could be pretty creepy then.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah. I mean, that movie was horrible. No one needs it. No one liked it. It was bad.
Aren't they doing a sequel? Or a
Mufasa,
right?
Yeah. But I think if you're asking people on the street which one do they prefer, they went to go watch the original one out of curiosity, the remake out of curiosity more than anything. That's why
nothing beats the classic, like 1994.
Exactly. So we also got some news about the Disney Cruise Line. They're adding a bunch of ships to their fleet. But I think that about wraps it up for the theme park stuff. But doesn't seem like a lot, but it is actually quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah. We need to have this all done by 2030.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. So let's just go around the table real quick and talk about kind of 3 of our favorite things and announcements from this presentation. Jason, we'll start with you. Just go ahead and list your 3 and talk about them a little bit if you want.
Well, Villains Land, obviously, that's a big one. I think because villains, I think as kids get older, they tend to lean towards villain characters, whereas the younger kids like so that's going to kind of fill that gap between, kid and teenager or whatever. Villains were always cooler, and the Coco ride, of course, I'm just curious to see how that, and what was it, the Animal Kingdom one with the Indiana Jones, because I'm curious to see which what mythical creature is he hunting down. I'm guessing we'll see it at the end of that ride.
Yeah, absolutely.
I also heard they're gonna do a pirates themed tavern. I don't know if it's in all the parks or just that one.
That's just going to be out at Disney World at Magic Kingdom.
That's badass.
Yeah. So, Daniel, what are your...
So, actually, there was something we left out. We were talking about the Marvel movies. They did show a trailer for the Thunderbolts.
Yes, that's right.
Rough cut trailer for the Thunderbolts, and I'm cautiously optimistic about that. I really want it to be like Suicide Squad, except a lot better. And so I'm like, please do it right. So I'm excited about that. I was excited, like Jason said, about the Indiana Jones ride. I love the Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland. So I'm curious to see what they do with it, with kind of a blank slate there. And probably my other one would be Fantastic Four, honestly. It's been done poorly so much that you really hope they got the right people behind it. And it's more or less me wanting it to do well, and being able to, they got a good cast, can't go wrong with Pedro Pascal or Joseph Quinn. So, those are my big 3. I'm more or less almost just cautiously optimistic, rooting for those 3 things to just be amazing.
Absolutely. No, 100%. So I got, Coco is a top one for me. Coco, I'm beyond the moon excited for. When I heard that news, I was so stoked and so excited that we're finally getting Coco, a Coco attraction at the parks. That's just incredible, top-notch stuff. Villains Land was also on my top 3 list. I mean, that's going to be amazing. Who doesn't want to go to Villains Land? The concept art looks really cool. It looks all decapitated and really torn, run down, and it looks like a land run by villains. And I'm very
as it should be.
Yeah, it definitely it's very reminiscent almost of Dark Universe, which was what Universal Studios is over there. But of course, Disney's going to put their twist on it. So I'm very, very, very excited for that. My other favorite thing goes back to Tron Ares. So I think a lot of us, Tron Legacy was a fun movie. It was a good movie. I really, really enjoyed it. But I think what most people walked away from that movie remembering was the score and the soundtrack. That Daft Punk soundtrack to that movie really made the movie. And I think when people talk about Tron Legacy now, it's all about the soundtrack. People talk about how great the Daft Punk album, they came out with a companion piece, for the film perfectly. And it's a good album too by itself. When they announced Tron Ares, people were like, are we getting Daft Punk again? Are we getting, are they going to reunite as, they broke up, a few years ago. So we weren't sure exactly who was going to be doing the score for this movie, the soundtrack, but they announced at D23, freaking Nine Inch Nails is going to be doing the soundtrack for Tron Ares. And that, first of all, we haven't gotten a proper Nine Inch Nails album in at least 5 or 6 years. I've been waiting forever for a new Nine Inch Nails album. Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross have been scoring movies like crazy over the past 10 years or so. And I find it interesting that they're actually, because they're going to be scoring this movie essentially, but they're using the name Nine Inch Nails as opposed to Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross.
Yeah.
An official member of Nine Inch Nails. So I think they're going to bring a different flavor to it, a different flair. It's definitely going to be. It feels like Tron already, and I haven't even heard anything. Like I'm already there. I'm in the mindset. I want new Nine Inch Nails, and we're gonna get a new Nine Inch Nails. Not only are we getting a new Nine Inch Nails album, but we're also going to be able to experience it in a theater in unlike any other way that we've ever gotten a Nine Inch Nails album before. So that is very, very exciting to me. I cannot wait. That is the biggest draw for me for this movie. Not even going to lie. I was on board already. I thought the idea of having the virus, the AI in the grid kind of take over the real world, come into the real world and start, taking over stuff. I was already on board with that story. I thought it sounded really cool and really interesting. But then you add like Nine Inch Nails to the mix, and I'm like, I'm there. That's like a no-brainer. So that's my number one pick from this whole presentation. To be honest, I think that's going to be incredible. It's going to be amazing. So yeah. So those are our picks for top 3 announcements at D23. Let us know what you guys thought. What were some of the most exciting things for you when you were there, or as you guys checked it out and read about it, things like that. So let's move on to probably the best movie of the summer, Borderlands. I mean,
so much to get up and leave.
Deadpool and Wolverine. Borderlands, I have not seen. I do not care to see it, even before
that comes out.
I don't hear good things.
It's out. It's out already.
It's out now. Huh.
It's out.
Yeah.
That's how hyped I was.
Yeah. So let's talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. So we're going to get into spoiler, guys. We're not going to spend too much time talking about it because everyone's talked about it, but I kind of want to talk about some of our favorite stuff from the movie and stuff like that. We watched it opening weekend. The audience was insane. The audience was crazy. It was a really, really fun time at the theater. And it was also a really, really, really funny movie. Now, before we really get into it, I think 2 things I want to say about it. First, I thought it was great. I thought it was a lot of fun. I don't particularly think that it's my favorite Deadpool movie. I still think Deadpool 2 really takes the cake for that one. But I also don't think it didn't change my perception of the MCU, right? People were going into it saying this is going to be a game changer for the MCU. It's going to shake it up so much. I didn't feel that at all. Like, I had fun with it. I thought it was great, but I didn't walk out of it being, oh my gosh, the MCU was saved. This is going to be awesome going forward.
But he's Marvel Jesus.
He is Marvel Jesus. No, and I think I think that it really knew how to have fun with itself. I think it really understood the assignment, as they say, right? Like, it understood the assignment, did what it had to do. I don't particularly think it's the strongest story in a Deadpool movie. I don't particularly think that it's a particularly strong story in general, but seeing the 2 together is enough for me to just absolutely love it. And I still love it. And I want to go see it again and again and again. But that's also with those caveats in it. But that was kind of my basic thoughts about them. But what are you guys? So Jason, what do you think about it?
Oh, dude. I love that movie. I think my all-time favorite part, although the flame on thing with Chris Evans, when he's like, there he is, he's gonna say it, and he's thinking he's gonna say Avengers Assemble, and he's like, flame on! Everybody just erupted in the theater.
Yeah.
But I think even more so, I liked when he's going around trying to find the different Wolverines, and he's like,
oh yeah,
who's asking? And it's that little short one, because they always used to draw him short, and like Wolverine was always like 5 feet tall, if that, in comics. Like, he was always super short. So this little short Wolverine's like, who's asking? My only gripe with that scene was when he finds the brown and yellow Wolverine, the brown and maroon Wolverine. He's like, oh shit, you fight the Hulk. But it should have been a gray Hulk. You see the reflection of the Hulk, it was green. Should have been the gray Hulk, because that storyline was so iconic that it, remember, I have that cover. I have that comic with the Wolverine with the claws popped out and the gray Hulk in the reflection. But that movie just so much.
I love it too. I just had my little caveats of it, which doesn't mean I don't love it. You know what I mean?
Sugar Bear was still the hero of the whole thing.
Oh, Sugar Bear.
Sugar Bear.
That was dog cool.
Oh, that's Peter.
Like Kevin, you said, it's an amazing movie. My favorite's still Deadpool 1. If we're going through the Deadpools, but it's like those memes you see where it has the 3 movies and you got the flaming horse going on. it's like that. It's amazing. I really enjoyed the Cavalrine.
The
And
cavalry, yes. Oh my God.
no, there's just so many throwback. I mean, the whole movie is fan service. Like if we're being honest, it's fan service.
The
Yeah,
But I
jabs
love
at
it.
Fox were insane.
But I love it. I mean, to be honest, it's like it's our whole childhood thrown back at us. And then also the after credits scene with the you
it's
know, time
fantastic.
of your life. I was like, Ryan Reynolds said he wanted to make people cry on that, and I almost did. It was just like the whole thing's just an experience, and it's I really loved it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It is an experience for sure. Like it's funny how we look back at a nostalgic lens at a lot of these movies. And let's be honest, right? When we were watching those movies when they were coming out, we weren't the biggest fans of them, right? Like especially the X-Men, the later X-Men
Oh
ones,
God.
Fantastic Four. We talk
Oh, the
about.
juggernaut, bitch. That
Yeah,
one.
we talk about all these movies, like but then like we see things like that really, I almost teared up during that thing because like we lived through all of that, right? Like we saw the evolution of everything from the first Blade, right? Like the first Blade movie was the first one to really kind of take comic book movies very seriously. But then we kind of saw this weird thing where you had Spider-Man, and then you had things like the Batman Begins and the Dark Knight, things like that. But for the most part, like a lot of them were still trying to be goofy in a way and really bright, really colorful, weren't taking themselves too seriously. You had things like obviously like Fantastic Four, and even X-Men did a good job. I think the first two X-Men movies are amazing. But then after that, it really kind of did this. Oh, Days of Futures Past too is freaking
Yeah,
incredible.
that was good.
But then you get like a bunch of mixed stuff, and then but yeah, that end credit scene really got me. We got the Blade coming. I mean, Wesley Snipes, man, like that was really cool. That was a fun moment. I was not actually I had that moment spoiled for me before I saw it. That's the only thing I
Same,
had.
same here. On social media, saw that there. Did not see Channing Tatum on social media though.
Yeah.
That one, that one, you had to know what was going on for it to make sense because you had to know he was trying to make a movie forever of
Mhm.
Gambit, and it just didn't happen. So
Oh
the
yeah.
second I saw that, I was like, I was doing the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. I
Oh
know.
yeah.
Some people thought I'd seen a spoiler because the Sabretooth scene. Remember when he's like, this is going to take a while? And then I was telling people, I bet you he just cuts his head off like real quick. Because that happened in a comic, like in one of the Ultimate X-Men's or something. And sure enough, it happened in the movie. Like, you saw a spoiler. I'm like, no, it's true to the comic. Like,
Right. Yeah, which I think is great. And I think there's the cameos were perfect. I thought all of them were like fit. All of them were perfect. We got Electro, we got Gambit, we got Blade. We got the Johnny Blaze. Which I thought was really fun. And then some of the fight scenes, I thought the soundtrack was like spot on. Like you couldn't do better. Like opening the movie to Bye Bye Bye, and then you have the car fight scene. So you're the one that I want with from Greece. Like who does
yep.
that, right?
In a Honda Odyssey.
Yeah, exactly.
Was that Deadpool? He's like, how long does it take you to regenerate? You guys regenerate? Because he's using it as like
that was great, and the use of like a prayer was just perfect. Like that was that whole scene, that whole sequence when they're fighting all the Deadpools, the Calvapool, whatever they called it, the Deadpool cavalcade, which I thought was freaking amazing. Just brutal, intense. I did think that they gave, and this isn't trying to be a prude or anything like that, but I do feel like they gave Wolverine maybe one too many F word, F bombs. I felt like they kind of pushed it a lot. Like Wolverine has to say that F bomb every single time. I felt like that seemed a little bit forced at times, but I still enjoyed it. I think, yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. I'm itching to see it again. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those movies, like the perfect encapsulation of just turn your brain off, go check it out, and just have fun.
Did you guys catch when they were in that scene where him and Wolverine are walking out and Like a Prayer comes out?
Mm-hmm.
One of the businesses says Lifefield's only feet, and then the sign says one way.
Yeah.
Is that at Comic Cons he would only draw one way, only like the feet or whatever, only a certain pose.
Exactly.
That's just like total Rob Liefeld jab right there.
No, I think that's great. I think, he's in on the joke, right? Obviously, like, which I think is fantastic.
He's a really nice guy. I met him at a Comic-Con one time.
Oh, yeah?
I have
We were kind of afraid because we
nice.
heard stories, but we're like, let's just go up and talk to the guy. And he was like super cool to me and Nolan.
Yeah.
Just sat there and chatted it up with us.
Nice. Yeah, that's very cool. So yeah, let us know what you guys thought about Deadpool and Wolverine. I do hope they do more. I don't know what's next for Deadpool. I'm pretty sure he'll pop up, and we had the tease with the Thor stuff, right? With Thor crying over his body. So I'm kind of, and apparently Ryan Reynolds and Chris Hemsworth know exactly why he's crying, but they will not tell anybody. So we'll see if we find out eventually. I'm pretty sure Deadpool will show up in an Avengers movie or so. I do hope we get another Deadpool movie at some point, but we'll see. If we don't, I mean, this was kind of a perfect kind of way to, and I do think also that Deadpool is the only character who could have merged the two universes like this. I think this is kind of Disney's way to kind of explain how the universes work together, the 20th Century Fox universe and the MCU universe, and now they're combined, which I think is really, really cool way to do it. And the only character you could have done that with is Deadpool, right? Like, it's the only thing that would have made sense. So yeah, really, really enjoyed it. Can't wait for more. Very, very excited for it. Before we go, do you guys have any movies or anything you guys are looking forward to coming up in the next couple of weeks? We'll be back at the beginning of September, but is there anything until then that you guys are looking forward to?
Well, I know my brother wants to go see Borderlands. My brother wants to see that, so I'll go with them because his wife doesn't want to go see it. So I was like, yeah, I'm down. I'll check it out. But
you guys have fun with that.
Yeah, I'll let you know. But I kind of want to see that. It's a biopic. It's the Ronald Reagan one with Dennis Quaid as Ronald Reagan.
Mm-hmm.
That comes out at the end of this month. So I'm a fan of a good biopic, and I like Ronald Reagan, so I'll give it a whirl.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What about you, Daniel?
So nothing I can think of, although I did hear an announcement for something coming up later that I'm really, really excited about, which is going to be the animated Ghostbusters series from Netflix.
Yes.
I can start working on. That's like our childhood just reimagined.
Big time.
That was, aside from Batman the Animated Series, like I lived off of Ghostbusters, or was it the new Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
So I saw that that's an upcoming thing, and I'm like, okay, so I'm there.
Cool. Alien Romulus comes out this weekend. That's the one I am waiting for. We already have our tickets for Sunday, so I'm pretty stoked to watch that. And getting reviews have been great so far. So
I'll talk my brother into that instead of Borderlands.
Well, you
about that one.
You do. But yeah, anyways, y'all, that's our show. Thank you all for joining us. That's a lot of fun, guys. Thank you guys for coming. Like I said, check us out on social, Pastrami Nation on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, a whole bunch of other cool places. Join us in September when we start our new season again. We're going to be some really cool interviews lined up, have some really, really fun stuff going on. So definitely check us out then. I believe we're going to be going back to Tuesday nights, but we'll see. We'll make sure. But anyways, y'all, thank you all for checking us out. Have a good rest of your summer. I love that it's getting darker earlier. It's getting cooler earlier. I'm so done with summer. I need the heat to go away. I'm done. I'm just going to sit here and complain about heat for 10 minutes, guys. All right.
I like the summer, but I hate the heat.
Same. No, I hate it. I just give me fall. I love fall. I can't wait for Halloween. I'm ready for Halloween. I'm ready for Christmas. I'm ready for all that stuff.
Have you seen that big skeleton they have at Costco now?
Yeah.
It's the one that's coming out of the ground.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did see that.
It's because how they've had the 12-footer, but they have one that's just like it's the top part of his rib cage and torso and like one arm coming out, and then like the hand, like for what, $400 or something.
No, yeah, it's crazy. It's insane.
And they fly off the shelves.
Yeah, they do. I know 100%. Also, I just want to give a shout out to Simone Biles. I don't know why, because I think she's amazing. And
you guys watch the Olympics?
I watch here and there, but like,
did you watch the funny one? Like, you've seen the memes, right?
Dancing?
The Australian chick that was like breakdancing.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
The memes are just brutal.
And the Turkish shooting guy also.
Oh, the hitman, yes.
Yeah, that guy was awesome.
They go Turkey and hired a hitman to compete in the Olympics.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, there's Simone Biles. Why not? She's incredible.
Dude, I
such
feel
a
bad for that other girl that they're taking away. Was it Jordan Childs? They're going to take away her bronze medal because the judges didn't protest the judging call 4 seconds too late. Like that should be on them, not her.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree 100%. So, but yeah, you all have a good rest of your summer and we will see you guys in a couple weeks. Also, just real quick, Rose City Comic Con coming up at the beginning of September, the first weekend of September. If y'all are in Portland area, highly recommend going and check it out. I'm going to be there. Nolan's going to be there. So we're going to be breaking the town in Portland for the weekend. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So definitely come check it out. If y'all are in the area, if you're in Portland, if not, come fly over here. You guys can you can set up a tent in my backyard. It's cool. We'll find a place for you to stay. Don't worry about it. I'm driving there every day. You can drive with me. We're good to go.
Oh, you're not doing the hotel thing?
What?
You're not going to do a hotel over there?
No, God, dude, I live like
that's right around the corner from you, huh?
I live like 20 minutes away, if that.
Oh yeah, you got it made.
Oh yeah, I'm not. We actually take the Max train, so we actually just go up to the train station up here and we just get on the train.
Oh, that's badass. I wish the metro was that safe.
Yeah, I mean it's still like kind of iffy, but
still, if there's enough for you, you should be good.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good, and especially weekends like that, Comic-Con weekend, things like that. It's generally pretty packed with like nerds and stuff.
With congoers, yeah.
Yeah, no one's really gonna. We have it's right on the train line for the Timbers, which is the soccer team here. So
oh, nice.
Most of the time, yeah. So like, if you're ever gonna go anywhere, right? It's just pro tip for if you come to Portland, if you ever want to do anything in Portland, downtown Portland at night, when you're just kind of hanging out visiting and you want to take the Max train, go when there's a Timbers game going because nobody is going to mess with soccer fans, right? So
yeah.
You're protected. You feel safe. We did it actually not long ago when we went to downtown to go to the Blink-182 concert. We put the train down there, and there was a Timbers game going on at the same time, and there was like no problems. Like it was packed, but like full of like soccer fans, Blink-182 fans. Like it was a vibe, man. It was awesome. Definitely check it out. So anyways, y'all. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you all again in a couple of weeks, and you all have a good night. Take care of yourselves and
take care, guys.
Bye.